Hey everybody, welcome to the Bourbon Basement. I'm Steve,
I'm Jerry.
and I'm kind of in the wrong place today, so everything's kind of backwards. Ryan is working, so he's not
I
here
can't run the
today,
computer.
and you can't run the
I don't
computer
want to.
or wouldn't learn one of the two. So here we are. Glad it's Friday. Been looking forward to another episode. Sorry about the title screen and everything like that. That's Ryan's job. He's about a month behind, it looks like. So here we are. I don't really know his intros or anything like that. So we're just here in the Bourbon Basement and suggest to make the show more fun and better for you. Go ahead and grab a bourbon, pour it, and take a couple back, and then pour another one and sip it through us for the day, for the rest of the day, and we'll have a good time that way. Well, I think everything will be fun.
It'll all be funny. Like for me right now.
Well, what we're going to do is a little bit of history, and then we're going to do a little bit of tasting and see what this show's all about. Today, we're going to be doing Linkumpinch. Now, I always want to call it dueling grounds,
Yeah.
but it's actually called Linkumpinch bourbon. It's from the Dueling Grounds Distillery. Now, if you are watching from anywhere other than Kentucky or Tennessee, you've probably never heard of this bourbon. It is a very small craft distillery. Uh, we're doing it basically today because you bought a bottle, opened it, and wanted us to try it here on the Bourbon Basement.
Knowing that, well, I think I did know that you had one, but I was like, got one open.
That's right. Open it. Don't open your bottle. Let's
That's
taste
right.
this thing and see if you like it. Because it's not spoiler alert, but it's a little bit different.
It was different to me. It was different to me. The
So
aftertaste, I can't put my finger on, but yeah.
I'm a little bit excited about trying it. I did dive into the history a little bit. There's not a lot, but there is some interesting facts. So we'll go through a little bit of it. And guys, I do have to apologize. I had knee surgery, not well back in December.
December
So it's 11th. Almost been 3 months. I'm still recouping from that, but I'm doing good as far as recouping goes. It ain't like I'm bedridden and stuff. But work wise is a little other thing because I do work outside. I'm in fields, work up and down hills. So there's a lot of walking and a lot of stuff like that. And rarely am I up and down a pole, but I've got to be able to do that.
If you need to, you need to.
So
100%.
the recovery for that is a little bit different. But what led me into that is I think on the 30th of March, I'm going to be going back to work.
Okay.
All right. So with that being said, the time that I had off, I thought I was going to do so much stuff. I thought I was going to be at distillery tours. I thought I was going to be bourbon hunting every day. I thought all this amazing stuff was going to happen. And basically, I haven't done one distillery tour. I've done very little bourbon hunting. And I got to adjust. Okay. I've done very little bourbon hunting. And it's just, so now I've been trying to like put everything into, oh man. So a lot of bourbon hunting going on this week. Willing and Dylan, man, trying to get some bottles that I've been wanting. Calling people and like, hey, what you got behind the counter? And just really doing all this stuff like really that you don't do when you bourbon hunt because you want to make friends. And I'm just being so annoying that they're either here, take it and get out of here. Get out of here, sir. And which is bad because I'm kind of burning bridges when you do that. But I wanted to get so much stuff done. And I've been working on the Weller Rainbow, and I'm getting orange tomorrow. So I'm getting orange tomorrow, guys. That's going to be good. But that being said, all that stuff going on, I haven't really prepared. I did research, and a lot of times when I write stuff down, you can remember them a little bit better. What I did on this. So I'm just going to apologize beforehand about this show not being. You need to. There's they're pointing at you or something.
Yeah, talking to the mic.
Talking to the mic.
Yeah, scoot over. Scoot over. Okay. You don't need to be the center of attention, Steve. I mean, sir, you have offended me. We shall bleed. And that goes to our history, guys. Anyway,
It's funny.
I may be looking at some notes a little bit during this episode. Usually I try to remember most of this stuff, so I'm not looking down all the time. But do jump in. Feel free to comment, interrupt,
Sure.
do all that kind of stuff. I got a happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday, guys. Thank you all for the comments. But here we go. So Linkumpinch bourbon, guys. So Linkumpinch bourbon by Dueling Grounds Distillery. Linkumpinch is named after a historic farm in the state of Kentucky that became historic. It's right on the Kentucky Tennessee line.
It's
Okay.
south. What is it? Franklin is
Franklin's.
like south of Bowling Green, just
Yeah.
off 65 a little bit.
If you follow 65, so now you are going to have a geography lesson right here. Okay? Because I want you to look, because I didn't know what they were talking about, but you're going to get a geography lesson. So right here, this is the state of Kentucky. That's straight, I think. Is that straight?
Yeah.
All right. So you see how this is Tennessee down here, guys. Now look here. You see how this line looks straight until you get to this dip right here, and then it goes down, right? Well, that is not true state line. And I found a piece of tape right here. It may be like right in here. It looks more like this. You see that little thing right there? So it goes straight and then it juts up, boop, boop, and that's where 65 comes down, and that's Linkumpinch Farm right there. So on every map, it looks like a straight line. It looks like Tennessee's northern border is straight. It is not. There's a big jut right there. Well, back in the 1800s, actually 1799, dueling was made illegal in Kentucky. Well, in 1801, dueling was made illegal in Tennessee. All right. So what happens when you make a new law? Everybody ignores it. And that's what they did. But they didn't want to ignore it to a point that, hey, we might get arrested or we might get prosecuted. They still called it prosecuted back then. So what they did is they said, how can we do this? Well, that little indention in that Kentucky and Tennessee border right there was a jurisdictional nightmare for the police force.
Yeah, nobody knew who to
They didn't. Is it Tennessee? Is it Kentucky? Nobody really knew.
Police,
Tennessee knew it was Kentucky, but they didn't really have a police force that could cover it. So everybody thought, we can go to this farm, this Linkumpinch farm, and we can have our duel. So if you dishonor me, sir, we shall duel in this Linkumpinch farm, right?
Yeah, choose your way.
Right. And then they thought they would escape prosecution that way. And then from what I figured out, from the years of 1799 to like 1846, there was like 40 duels there. And out of those 40 duels, 25 people tried to get prosecuted, but they were from Tennessee. And when they went to Tennessee, the government of Tennessee said, nah, we're not going to give them to you. We're not going to give them to you. So they didn't get prosecuted. So it did work their way. All right. But that's how that farm became famous. Now, was dueling, it was against the law. But if you read about Linkumpinch, I haven't done a distillery tour there. You haven't either, right?
No.
So we haven't been there. But if anybody's listening to the show and you have been to a distillery tour, there is an old 1800s, like way back 1800 house. And this man opened his house like a hotel. He made it like a hotel because of this dueling ground.
Because people were coming to see the
People
duel.
were coming to see the duel, and they needed a place to stay. So he opened his house up to them. And I mean, it wasn't like, well, here's your room. You get room number 2. It was like, no, here's your bed. There will be 8 people sleeping on one bedroom floor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but that was what he did. And this house still stands today. It's a historical landmark. They've done very little work to it, but they have decorated and stuff. And it is come on in here, sir. Guys, Ryan has just showed up, but he is refusing to come on the show.
He looks like a hot mess.
He is a hot mess. It's been one of those days at work.
It rained yesterday.
Yeah, it's been a nasty mud. Well, he had, I know with the pole he showed me they were doing today, you have to cross the creek, and there's no way to get across.
Nice.
Turn on.
Basement shirt on and come on in.
Come on with the dirty pants.
You can't see your pants. You usually do it in your underwear.
Well, no, he's a little taller, so maybe
True that.
So maybe you can't.
True that.
Oh,
He's gonna.
we got a comment. Cheers all, Peter White. There's Ryan, guys. I don't know if you can see, but that's him. Everybody, son. All right. Seriously, though, go change, shower, whatever. Catch the end of the show. I haven't tasted this with us.
We miss your sarcasm already.
Hi, guys.
But you can't see you.
We got in there for a minute. But seriously, you hurry up and get on here. We're going to continue, though, okay? All right, so that's why the farm became famous. That's why this bourbon got its name, Linkumpinch, because the distillery, the Dueling Ground Distillery, cheers. Oh, I've already said that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, there's no new comment. Cheers, Peter. I'll say it again. Cheers, Peter. All right, guys. All right. But that's why they named it Linkumpinch. Dueling Grounds Distillery is real close to that. And then there's that hotel. I'm not going to go into that hotel or that building, but it was cool because I thought the guy had a house, and he's like, "Hey, y'all need a place to stay for this duel?" And evidently, it was so known and so popular that they would stay there, for this duel.
That's amazing.
So that's how it worked back in the 1800s. So now, we'll talk a little bit more about that stuff later, but I think I've hit most of this stuff. Anyway, so Linkumpinch bourbon, it is 66% corn. All right. It's 22% red winter wheat, and then that leaves 12% malted barley. The distillery began on a 25-gallon pot still, just to hone their recipes. All right. So they made some recipes with the pot still. Their first batches were 2 years old, and it come out for that pot still. And now they make a older batch, I think, or a limited release. It's their oldest bourbon that they put out. Very limited release, but it's the original stuff that they run off that pot still. So I'm guessing now it was found in 2014. So I'm guessing now it's probably 10, 11, 12 years old.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so then now they have graduated to a 200-gallon still. All right. So they're at a 200-gallon still. They barrel everything at their entry proof into the barrels, 120 proof. And then they put that in light charred barrels. Now, I guess an average char barrel, they go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the average char is probably 3 for most distilleries. They do a light char. They didn't say if it's 1 or 2.
I'm saying 1 then.
I'm going to say 1, 2. Yeah. And the reason they do that is they use more malted barley than most. The 12%. I didn't think that was real high.
Doesn't sound high,
but it is. And they thought that was going to give it different characteristics and a more unique flavor between the barrel and the barley.
The red wheat.
So this one here, honestly, guys, this one, when I was doing some research on it, it said 66%, and I wrote it down, yellow dent corn.
Yellow
dent corn. And then it said 22% red winter wheat. And then 12% malted two-row barley. And I thought, this must be some special grains that they're using. So I researched the yellow dent corn. That is the most commonly used corn. So when I said 66% corn, it's because it's the most common corn that people use. Actually, when you do a wheated bourbon, red winter wheat is the most common wheat that you use.
Okay.
So the only thing, when you get a special bottle that says red winter wheat, I know New Riff does that. They put red winter wheat on. They've got a red winter wheat bottle and stuff like that. I don't know if it's because it is maybe they make most of theirs with rye, and this one's special because they made it with red winter wheat, or maybe they use a different kind of wheat, and this one's special because it's red winter.
You said that 5 times.
And then what about
red winter wheat? Red winter wheat.
The old emmer, and it's emmer wheat.
Emmer wheat. I haven't researched that, so I do not know.
That is that wheat is Egyptian. It's spoken of in the Bible, actually.
So they get it. You think it's raised?
Raised here.
Okay.
I just think that's where they talk about the emmer wheat in the Bible.
And then I researched the malted two-row barley. It's just malted barley. They do 2 rows.
They got a 2-row plant.
It gives you bigger. Well, it gives you bigger.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I thought that
they just had a 2-row. I don't know. Grain plant.
But here's one thing that before I've tasted, I've never tasted it. You have. You've tried it. I've never tasted
Got
this.
sort of an opinion already.
But here's the things that I admire about this is because anytime a new distillery starts, most of the time they source some bourbons and then it goes out there, and then that's their bourbon. And then so you're expecting one thing, and then when they actually start using their own products, sometimes they mix that in with the stuff that they source.
To slowly acclimate.
Which, and just one off the top of my head, because it's right here in town, is Hartfield and Company. They do that.
Yeah.
They source barrels, and then now that they're making their own stuff, they still mix it with some source barrels. They still make their own stuff,
Right?
Not the mix,
And it's good.
and it's good.
And it's good.
But then they make some stuff that is blended with the source barrels. They never sourced the
These
barrel.
guys did.
Never sourced the barrel bourbon. So
Interesting.
So
Well,
in 2014. They started a distillery. They never sourced anything. So what they did is they made some gin, some flavored liquor, and some moonshine to supplement their
Yeah, I was going to say
the distillery until their bourbon was aged enough. Now their first releases
2 years.
2 years. So to me, 2 years not that much, but it was still a straight bourbon after 2 years because you all know. I'm sure everybody watching knows. So you can just tune out right here because I'm just gonna say something you already know. But bourbon has to be aged in a brand new charred oak barrel, right? Or oak container, not even a barrel, just a container. But it doesn't have to be aged 6 months. It doesn't have to be aged. It can be aged a very little time. It doesn't have to be aged 2 years. But if it can only be called straight bourbon if it's aged 2 years. Now these bottles that we have, one is a bottled in bond, so we know it's at least 4 years old. And then this one is a cut strength, but it's got an age statement of 4 years old. So as far as I'm understanding, they didn't release their first batch until 2018, but they released a 2-year-old product. After that, they haven't released any more 2-year-old product. They waited for until 2020.
And I appreciate that.
They waited till 2020 and got at least 4-year-old stuff. So all their stuff right now is at least 4 years old. Some of it can be older.
So this is
and all that.
114 proof on the cast.
That's the cast strength 114 proof, and we can try that tonight if you want, and kind of compare. Depending on the review of this one, to see if this one is to kind of give it a night. So went through all that stuff. They supplement it with the gin and everything. Another cool thing about them is they are farm to bottle. All right. So there's a place called, I think it's Walnut Hill Farm. I've kind of lost my place on this. Never source, supplement. Sorry, guys. I told you it was going to be a crap show tonight. Using local grain, Walnut Grove Farm. So see, I'm glad I corrected because I said Walnut Hill. So Walnut Grove Farm, which is about 13 miles down the road, that's where they get their grains and stuff.
Okay. That's awesome.
So they keep that is. Right now, their distillery, they distill and barrel there, and they bottle there.
Nice.
But they ship their barrels off to Wilderness Trail to store them. So I'm guessing, we haven't been there, I'm guessing they don't have any rick houses.
Yeah.
Or the rick houses. I don't know. Maybe they don't have rick houses and stuff, so they store it at Wilderness Trail. They bring it back, then they bottle, label it, ship it, all from that distillery. They also have a bar. They do tours.
Restaurant.
Well, it said pizza. I saw pizza, so I'm guessing they serve some sort of food. They have a events place, like some place to hold events and stuff like that. And let me get out of this for a minute, but I'm going to continue, and then I'm going to go back to, because the guy kind of impresses me. I mean, he's been around since 14 now. And wait till you hear how he started this thing. He's definitely a smart guy, but anyway. They have a gift shop, special events, and then I saw something about pizza, so they serve some food. Dueling Grounds plans. So right now, Dueling Grounds, they put out 1 to 200 barrels a year. That's all the bourbon they produce.
That's cool.
But their plan is to put out up to 1,200 barrels a year. Right now, they're in 2 states, but they want to be in 15. So that's their or 10 to 15 states.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what they're wanting to do, right? And I like that. But I haven't even told you who started this, and it's probably because I can't pronounce his name. But in 2014, Mark, it's Dottore. So I'm calling him Dottore or something like that. There's no little blast.
I think that's right.
But I'm calling him Dottore. Mark Dottore He is a country music artist manager. Okay, he's not an agent, but a manager. And I looked up some of these that he has managed, and we knew a couple. Didn't we, producer? But some of you guys out there may know some more. So he managed country music, and I think his most famous is Kathy Mattea.
Yep.
Okay, so he manages her. He got his start in country music with her, like production and stuff, and then he became her manager. He also manages a guy named Marty Stewart, or used to. Marty's probably retired now. I think he was the older dude.
Famous, yeah.
Marty Stewart. You all may not know the first name, but you know the last name, Shooter Jennings.
Oh yeah,
Waylon's son. And then this name you probably know. I think there's some Grammys and stuff, but he didn't manage him, but he said he helped with Sturgill Simpson, his career.
Okay.
But so he's got a successful managing career. All right. But I guess he's sitting there kind of like me and you. And, I'm sitting there one day and I'm looking up at the sky. I'm watching my guys work, change out a transformer or something. And I'm like, what? Let's open a distillery. I'm going to open a distillery. Hey, guys, I'm going to open a distillery. See y'all. All right. So he still manages. He's still a manager. But so he decided that he was going to. We got a ding. I don't know what that was.
No, I've never heard that.
There's no comments.
Okay, well, did we get somebody subscribe? I think we did. Jeremy Dirks. I think a new subscriber. And Ryan wasn't here again. Anyway, so he decided so what's he do to do this? He went to Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky. That's a real place, guys. It's a Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, and they teach you and go through the aspects of distilling. Not just, hey, this is how you do it, but they do financial parts. It seems to be a pretty good place. I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Interesting.
He graduated after his week-long course. It sounds funny. That's what he did. He went to Moonshine University, graduated after a week, and then opened a distillery, right?
Dang.
I think that's awesome. Now,
Incredible.
I've got some more to talk about in the brewing, but we're going to drink while we're doing it. All right. Because I've been talking for 23 minutes now, guys. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a pour. If you haven't already, go ahead and pour your favorite or your craft distillery that's closest to you, and sit back and just drink with us tonight. That's what this is all about, right? I like to do the history. I mean, because I'm a little nerd that way. Yeah. And I think it makes the bourbon better if you know something about it.
Yeah, always.
Yeah. So I like to do that. Then we do the tasting and we give you our opinion. Not that we're professionals at all. But if you watch the show and you listen to my opinion, and then you kind of agree with it when you try that product, then you kind of know we may be on the same lines. You know that we may be totally opposite. But like Bourbon Neophyte, I don't know if he's on here tonight. He tells me all the time, taste is subjective. It's subjective, and it is. So everybody's taste is a little bit different. You may like something a whole lot that I don't like, and I may like something that you don't. But we give our opinion about these tastes. A little bit of history, and just to spend time, drink together, and have a little bit of bourbon together. We're drinking buddies tonight, so that's what I love the history. Hello, Jeremy. All right,
It's cool.
Yeah. So we'll get our smells and stuff, and if you all don't know, we usually take a couple acclamations, even though most of the time I pre-gamed and I don't need them, but I still do it because it's only fair to the bourbon that we're.
Yes, it is.
All right, and then. After that fair shake that we give it, the third one we go through and we give some notes that we might taste, and kind of what we think about it at the end, wrap it all up.
What we think, once again.
While Gene's sipping and stuff, I'm going to
I
do.
don't know what's going to happen when you sip, because I'm not going to stand here and talk.
You want to read? You can't read my writing either.
I can read you right. It looks like my writing.
What are you getting on the smell?
It's a good smell.
Okay.
You
I like the
smell.
smell.
You can smell the corn.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. So our producer says you can smell the corn.
Got a sweetness in there.
The thing that I'm getting out of that, to me, it smells like the grains. You smell mostly the grains.
Do you know horse feed? That's sweet.
Yes, and
That's exactly.
that's what you get. And that to me, though,
Yeah.
for judging before I drank, that to me says mostly an inexpensive young bourbon.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is 4 years old. This is a 4-year-old bottled in bond. I'm gonna let you talk about the bottle while I'm sipping it.
Talking about the
But you go ahead and you get your nose in and all that kind of stuff. So talk a little bit about the duels, guys. So I told you where it was, how they did it. These duels, they well, you know one thing. I'm gonna let you tell that story too about the constitutional law.
Yeah. Well,
Right. So we'll go ahead because they made the rule no duels. They made a law, and then everybody's breaking that rule. So they made it a little stricter in 1812, and then in 1849, what they do?
They actually, it's still on the books, but if you are running for office in the state of Kentucky, you have a question to answer. Have you ever been in a duel? To this day, they ask that question before you can, I guess, apply to be a candidate for state election.
Even
You have to swear to that.
Still on the books. They talked about removing it. They never have. I guess it's just a pain in the butt. And I don't think there's a lot of it goes on anymore.
So yeah, well, maybe they still do. I hope
Maybe they do. Never come on, take down there.
So it's 1849. Everybody was still breaking the law, and they took it up to the constitutional level, said that you can't do this, and then everybody that's been in office since has to swear that they've never dueled, they've never been someone's second, and they never participated in judging or watching or anything
Being part of a duel.
Of a duel.
Yeah.
And that still goes on in the state of Kentucky today, which I thought.
If you knew more Kentucky history, if you do know more Kentucky history, especially from the eastern part of the state, there was so much corruption back in the 1800s of people, not to get too deep into it, but like, for instance, the Clay County Wars, it was all political stuff. And the warring factions were basically two families that had a difference, and they would do their dangest to get their people elected to sheriff, to county judge executives and stuff like that. And that's probably part of that, because if you and I are into it and I get my man in office, he can kind of put laws on you that'll hinder you and help me, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's part of the whole premise of it, sure. But.
And maybe that's how the most famous duel ever at Linkumpinch started, or the most famous person that dueled.
Famous person that ever dueled.
So that person,
who do you think? I think we were talking about it earlier. That's a Texas guy.
Sam Houston. Well, this time he was a Tennessee guy. All right, so he was a Tennessee guy.
T for Tennessee.
So Sam Houston was in Tennessee, and evidently he was in some form of government office. He was not the Tennessee governor yet, but he was in the government office because he was in a meeting that were electing or not electing. What do you do when you make somebody? You appointing a postmaster general for Tennessee. All right. There was some other guys in the room. I think it was somebody's son or somebody's son-in-law. Evidently, Sam Houston offended everybody. All right. I don't know. I guess he said that dude ain't doing nothing because he won't do a job. He's lazy. I don't know what he said. Nobody may know. But this is in 1826. So in 1826, he's offending everybody in the room. And the reason I know that is because one person challenged him to a duel by hiring someone else, a professional dueler, to duel her. And Sam Houston said, no, thank you. He turned it down. So I guess that was something you could do. You could turn down the duel. Then immediately, a person named General White stood up and he challenged Sam Houston to a duel. And he said, fine, if that's the way y'all want to be, we're going to show it down. All right? So they threw down the glove.
Yep.
And now we're going to show you how the duel played out. So we're going to show you how the duel played out. So, cannot do to go ahead and take the rubber bands off. Don't cheat and because you know if you were to cheat at dueling, just take the rubber band off
and just
just take it off completely.
All right.
So this is our duel now, guys. Back then they built with pistols. Well, we have swords, see? Yeah. Don't cheat. Yeah, swords and shields. So what we're going to do here is we're going to portray the duel today. Sam Houston and General White. Now I'm not going to tell who's who because whoever wins is going to be Sam Houston. It's going to be Sam Houston. All right, because Sam Houston won. But so what they did is they challenged each other to duel. They were with dueling pistols. Now, when they did the duel back then, they did 15 paces. Now, if you do 15 paces, what's your pace? Cheating. Cheaters get you did not want you don't want to be a cheater of a duel because you would definitely you would be shamed, ridiculed, maybe even arrested for murder. All right. So, uh, so don't you stab me in the head until we get this going. All right, now, and don't be stabbing my hand later either. You better keep your hand back.
Yeah, I guess probably you're right, because I bet.
But you didn't want to cheat at a duel. But back then, so a pace, it's almost 3 feet, right? I mean, what's your pace is probably longer.
3.
All right, so 3-foot pace. You did 15 paces. So I think that's 45 feet. 45 feet. You're 90 feet away. You're 3 yards away.
Rifle shot.
These pistols are dueling pistols. The barrel isn't. It isn't. It's just.
It's a
Smooth.
Yeah.
Smooth barrel. Smooth. Yep. And I couldn't think it would be very accurate. So I looked into some dueling. And I said, what happens if neither one of them hit each other?
Reload and go again, I guess.
You can choose to reload and go again.
Reload
the 3 times. But here's the thing. If you miss after the 3rd time, they said it was barbaric to reload and do it again. So the duel was over.
Well,
shake hands and make up.
It was a draw.
But now, so if you and I miss each other, we could say, sir, honor is saved because you were brave enough to face it and you are held, right?
You say shooting, but you face the down.
That's right. If not, then you reload it. If what is the other thing? Oh, the seconds. You had to have a second to duel. So if I was gonna duel someone and I'd be like, "Hey man, you be my second," you'd be like, now your job is to make peace. Try to make peace before the duel, because guess what's happens in the second. If we miss the first time, I can say, "Here, dude, you're in. You're shooting the next one. You're my second shot at the next one." So then I researched how they did this. So they do the 15 paces, turn and shoot. Did you get to shoot first, or do I get to shoot first? It was whoever shot. Just you don't shoot at the same time. You can. I mean, it may happen that way. But what happens is you turn, and then it was so inaccurate, you took time to aim and shoot. So whoever took time. Now, here's the other thing. Say I spin around real quick because I want to win this thing. I shoot and I miss. I can stand there and aim all he wants and try to get a shot on you. So now here's the first guy. You want to have the first shot, right? But if you miss, you're kind of and you're just at the mercy of this other. All right, but if you and aim it, that guy may shoot and hit you. So then you're out of it. Yeah. But I was curious. I told you all many times, rabbit hole, rabbit hole, rabbit hole. So I went down the dueling rabbit hole, read a lot of history today about dueling, and anyway,
You had to order stuff so you could duel.
And I had to order things to duel overnight. This thing probably cost me $250 right here. I don't know, but it had to be here within 3 hours. No, because I had to have a show. But anyway, I was still on dueling, and I don't even know where I was going with it.
Missing 3rd, 2nd, 3 times.
Passing it off to the next one.
Yeah, I talked about all that stuff. Sam Houston. Let's do it. So this is the battle of Sam Houston and General White. We're doing swords, not guns. Ready? Swords. I will. Round 1. Sweet. Thought it was going to be a battle, and I just thought swords, not guns, and I was like, okay, so I put this up there, and then I was like, head popped off. Man. Well, I'm glad somebody thinks we're hilarious. I'm sure everybody else is tuning out right now.
Change the channel.
Money well spent. All right.
But well,
We'll play with this later. The more we drank, the funner this is.
oh,
Yeah.
Anyway, so the blue was Sam Houston. So Sam Houston went and General White actually, since he backed out of the first duel for the professional and General White challenged him and Sam accepted, he actually had the gall to look at Sam and say, "We ain't gonna have no shuffling here." So I had to look up what that meant. That means you ain't gonna back out or miss the duel. And Sam's like, all he said, and it's supposed to be, I don't know who recorded this back in 1826, but all he said was, "Hey, sir." So the duel goes. Have you had your sips and drinks? What was your smells? Let's go ahead and tell that.
Really get a lot other than it was really sweet. About drink it now. It's sweet. It's got a little heat in it. Not real alcoholic, but it's just
look, the taste does match the smell.
the taste and the smell do. I agree with that too.
Yes.
Producer.
Yes.
All right, so
I don't get nothing special out of it. Did you?
I'm grainy. I get a lot of the grains. Got a thing. Gene should have had his readers on. Oh, you were at a disadvantage.
I was.
You were at a disadvantage. We're going to rematch.
Start winning. I'm not against. We might try against it.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
round
right.
two.
Two more drinks.
Once pump to blow up those balloons up because those are the hardest little balloons to blow up. All right. So I'm kind of grainy. I do get that sweetness. It's more like an ancient age smell to me. You smell a lot of those earthy grains
I think
there.
that's just the age. I think a lot of that's to do.
Yeah,
with the
you
age.
get. I smell corn. I think I smell wheat.
Yeah.
All that good stuff. Okay.
Hasn't had
Are
time.
you on tastings? Have you done three?
I've been acclimated up, and I don't.
Go ahead. Do your tasting.
It does smell like maple, though. There's a mapley smell.
I'm gonna be honest with you, and I told you this already. There's something in it that doesn't set well on my aftertaste, and I cannot pull it out. I do not know what it is. It may be my tongue feels dry, and it leaves I don't know if it's caramel or maybe like burnt, something burnt, and it's just it's a dull. I won't say unpleasing, but not real pleasing aftertaste that I get on it.
And it's strange you get a lot of burnt because they use light char.
I know.
So
I don't know. I'm not sure. Like I said, I wasn't a fan of it. I hate to. I'm anxious to try.
do you remember how much this was?
I do
55?
not remember the price. It wasn't much more than $50 or $60.
It was
I do not
between
remember.
50 and I think these are between 50 and 60, and the cask strength is about 65.
Yeah, this was mine was a 2-to-1 purchase. I'm pretty sure Lexington.
Yeah.
And so I probably didn't pay.
You didn't pay more.
I don't think I bet it. Well, no, I didn't pay more than 60.
So maybe under 50.
Maybe under 50.
And I know this one's about 65.
Yeah, I'm anxious to try it.
And that's the cask strength. So and that's their main product, the bourbon products. They don't make anything else. That's what they make. But
Yeah.
So my taste on it, guys, like I said, it's got the grainy smell and everything, and I taste the grains, taste the corn. I almost taste like a biscuit. Do you get like a kind of a biscuit
Gravy?
flavor? But on your aftertaste, I was looking and searching hard to see what that aftertaste was,
I
but
don't find it.
I don't taste what you're tasting because I get a black licorice aftertaste. It's a subtle black licorice. It's not like an overwhelming, but I get black licorice
I don't like black
aftertaste.
licorice. So
Yeah, so that
could be that that's what I'm smelling.
Kentucky Duel is a bourbon drinking contest. I wonder who'd win that one.
No, we tried that one night, and I think it was a draw.
Yeah,
I think we both made it.
we both hit each other, or
Both
both.
fatal. We both went through the coast.
We both went through the coast.
Make contact. It wasn't fatal.
So what we're
Just happened.
Oh, you zoomed in.
you zoomed in, Gene.
Thanks, Steve.
I don't remember.
No, you had to.
Didn't even look.
That's probably why you did.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's why I love the Bourbon Basement.
Y'all need to come down so you
There
can
you
see
go.
the face
Now,
closer.
yeah. It's following your hands. So you got it following you now.
Yeah.
Is that
So-
good?
No, you got to
moving.
zoom out still.
Zoom out.
Yeah.
Bring it out.
No, here.
Good. I thought I had it.
This is awesome. Like it's so funny.
Sorry, guys. Come and read you and not me. Am I here, guys?
Do both of them.
Is that good?
Okay, now we gotta give it the hand
Oh, there we go. All right.
and
Yeah.
get it down. I need the hand. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. It's coming down.
Oh man.
Okay.
You had a
Now
comment.
I got it. All right, I'll
Yeah,
get the
you
comment. Sorry,
Just leave it. Read your comment because that's what you need.
I'm the only one. All right, what's their comment? Bring them down at your side, boys.
Down your side.
That's what they do. And, honey, you can't move it.
No, it's going itself. It's going itself.
It's following him.
It's got me.
Okay, it's got you.
It's locked in.
It's locked in. There's a lot of laughy faces. Oh boy, it's loving Jean's face. Right
It is. And it's going to be up at the ceiling again if it zooms out.
There it is. Face only your mama could.
All right. Well, it's a little high, but we got to go with what we
Jean's
got right now, right there, guys. Sorry about the angle you're getting.
That's okay. Leave it. It's good.
We were actually fooling it.
My taste yet.
You was kind of in
Grainy,
Put your hands up.
biscuit, licorice at the finish. All right. So
Yes.
grainy corn.
the licorice is the
Licorice
last
at
thing
the
that
finish.
you said. So
So I'm gonna tell you all. Let's open this. I'll be letting you open it. So, guys, what would you rate that?
man, I hate to be mean to anybody that works their butt off for a bourbon. It's not my taste.
It's not your taste, but what would you?
I'm gonna give it a high five or 6. I'll give it a 6. I'll
Okay.
give it a 6.
All right. Well, a 6 is a good score.
Yeah.
I'm from talking to you and everything, and I knew just by knowing you, I knew you didn't like the bourbon that much, and so I was wondering myself what was going to happen. I love you. I was wondering myself what was going to happen. I was kind of worried that I wasn't going to like the bourbon that well. It's to me, it's an average pour. It's definitely. It may even taste younger than 4 years old. But it's just an average pour. And since you gave it a 6, I'll give it a 6 as well. But it isn't anything that needs to go on the top shelf. So what we wanted to do now is to try. You've got a clean glass there, so you use that. I'm gonna rinse mine out.
Well, give me this one back.
Well, I rinsed mine out. You got a clean one. Just use that.
I know, but like it or not, I'm not letting it sit there.
All right. So we're gonna try the cast strength because I don't think it'll pick it up.
Well, we'll see. There you go. That's a good one.
It's a good one.
It was a good one. So this is the cast strength. It's a little bit higher proof. That was a bottle of Bourbon 100. We did not talk about these bottles, guys, but I am impressed with the
I
bottles.
love the bottle.
I like everything about the bottles. They got the dueling pistols on the cork. I like the cork. I like the long, skinny bottle. Reminds me of E.H. Taylor. Reminds me of Eagle Rare. It's just a nice, old-fashioned looking bottle.
Yep.
And I do like it. Dueling grounds, pistols on the front. This little copper, this is small batch. That'll say
Cask strength.
Strawberry cask. So
It's a nice looking bottle. This is a single barrel cask strength. Comes in at 114.6 proof.
nice.
And
So
it's
this
only
does
4
look
years
good
old.
on your shelf.
Yeah.
But we're not about shelfing. We're
No.
about drinking.
Drink. I'm
Yeah,
here to drink.
we're about drinking. Now, I would like to go see the history here at Dueling Grounds Distillery. So I'm guessing if you go to Dueling Grounds, you can drive by Linkumpinch Farm. You can drive by that hotel I was talking about, or the house that is used as a hotel. I would like to do that. And so we're just gonna let's see if we can get the best score. It got a 6. It's not bad, but it isn't really good. We're just trying to compare the cast strength to see if it's better. And right off the front, the nose is bad.
Really?
What was
Yeah.
the proof on the first one?
100 proof.
All right,
It was a
proof
bottle.
bottle.
What's this?
This one's 114.6. I think I said, Emmy. Yep, 114.6.
I like this nose better. The cast strength puts in there. The thing that maybe is a negative is you do get that kind of alcohol smell. You can tell this is a higher proof. We're gonna hold it here. You can tell it's a higher proof.
Going through everything off tonight.
And our producer said that she got some maple in the last one. I get more maple in this one. I just got grains in the last one. But what I don't get in this is grains. I get the yeasty, or not yeasty, The sweetie,
Yeah, I get it. I get the
although
blend.
it's very mild.
Yeah,
I both were very slow to tears, though.
Well, it's
It
only
takes a
4
while.
years old,
yeah, it's young bourbon, but
so it hasn't spent a lot of time, and it's been in a lightly charred barrel, which is either probably a 1 or a 2.
I can feel a little bit more spiciness. Yeah. Definitely.
Well, if I'm gonna buy one, I'm buying that.
Mhm.
all
right.
Taste. I can tell you
Yeah,
right
I'll
now,
be first taste. I'll
That
buy the
doesn't-
cast strength, the 114.
that does not do to me what the other one did.
Yeah.
You don't have that
Don't
aftertaste.
have.
The flavors to me are more subtle, but it meshes well. It's a smooth drinker for 114 proof, and the cast strength of this one, it's a decent bourbon. Just the rating though, I mean, I probably wouldn't give it more than a 6.8. I don't
Yeah,
think I'd give it a 7.
I would be the
Still
same
in the
with
6 range, but it makes me think I want to lower that other one to like a 5.5.
Yeah, so
Because
this,
it is a lot better than that.
Yeah.
I don't think this is a 7 or above, but I don't think that other one is that
this
close.
is a way different. This is a way different bourbon.
Yeah.
It is.
Only thing the same is the bottle. Obviously, the label's a little bit different.
The spice is definitely
What is in it
there.
is definitely
You
not.
get
More
you
of a
get
kick
more
to it.
spice,
Yeah.
some of that pepper.
Yeah.
I still taste that almost like a yeast roll.
It's-
I get-
It's a sweetie
I do
yeast.
get the bread and the smell and the taste.
Yeah,
of this, and I get it.
it's very good to me. This is a good bourbon to me. I wouldn't put it on my 7 or above shelf, but a 6.8 I think is a good solid score for this one, which is a decent score,
Yeah.
especially for a small distillery.
I'm gonna go right there about where you're at. I think we said a 6 on the last one. I would give this a 6, but not quite 7.
All right,
Some of the other stuff.
so a high 6, not quite 7. The other one,
good.
we gave it a 6. I'm going to bump it down there to a 5.6.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna bump it down to a 5.6 because this one is that much better than that one, but this ain't a 7. This is a 6.8. So
What price point on the two then? Because we
this
figured-
one's around $65.
Okay. So 10 to $15 probably in there.
Probably. And I would pay the $10 or $15
I think I would too.
if I was going to buy dueling ground.
Because I probably won't buy none. But I
And,
would
and
buy
I've got
this.
one that's not open, so we're going to have to drink it eventually. Maybe we
Alright.
can mix it.
Twisted my arm.
No.
No, you can mix it better than, don't you think?
Yeah, it's better than that.
It's better than mix it. And we never tried to water it, so it may be a great on rice.
Want some water?
charred barrel and put it in there and age it.
And re-age it.
Yeah.
And call it something else.
Give me some water. Some water in this. All right, we're running out of time. Do you guys want to know about Sam Houston's duel? What happened? You know he won.
Sure they do.
Yeah.
You know he won with someone. I don't know how many dropped.
Well, it was kind of a
Sam Houston, what he did, General White was there. Sam Houston was there. They showed up. I can see it now. The rock fences, the fog on the horizon, the sun coming up. I can see this right
Oh
now.
my
A frosty winter morning. I don't know when this duel was, but it's a frosty winter morning.
Yeah, I see that
Prince walking across the
grass
grass.
as they come across the
Yes.
blue grass.
Oh yeah.
And I can see all the crowd lining up because this is Sam Houston.
Oh yeah.
This is Sam Houston. So all the crowd's lining up.
Remember the
And he
outlaw.
goes out there and he gets his dueling pistol. You know, they have specially like 2
Oh, in a
pistols
case.
in a case.
Identical.
Yes. And Sam, because he's a gentleman, says, choose your weapon. Now, I think probably Sam got to choose because he was the one challenged.
True that.
So Sam would
True
get
that.
to choose the weapon first. He chooses his weapon. He loads it.
He
You know
chose
what?
it.
He's chosen.
You know what happens if you shoot and it doesn't fire? Because these are flint-lock pistols.
Mhm.
What happens if it don't fire?
Sorry about your luck.
Oh.
Oh.
Anyway, so Sam, he chooses his weapon. General White chooses his weapon. They get up, they back to back. They 15 paces. It says 15 paces. I thought most duels were done with 10, but this said specifically 15 paces. He goes down through there. Sam turns, fires. He's the first to fire. Guess what he did? No. He hit General White right in the groin.
Oh.
Ah.
He falls down screaming, "You've killed me! You've killed me!" And
Well, I've heard
the
friends
duel
like it.
was over. So they take General White. I guess there's hospitals back then. It's a long way to go. But they take him to the hospital. He spends 4 months in the hospital. He does recover, but his honor probably didn't. So
I'd
Sam
say
Houston did win.
That
Now,
now
the next-
some other stuff might not have
And his
too.
manhood. Right?
The next year, in 1827, Sam Houston becomes governor of Tennessee. Now, the funny thing about Sam is he is the only man that's ever been governor of 2 states. Because later, like in the 1840s, I think he became governor of Texas. And he
Bad man.
did the war there in Texas, the Texas Revolution, I guess, against Mexico. He was a general in that war there. And I don't want to get into too much about Sam Houston, guys, because Sam is a bourbon on the Bourbon Basement. It's a Texas bourbon, it's a Texas distillery, but it sources Kentucky bourbons. So he does have some Kentucky bourbons. Some of them are not Kentucky bourbons. So I got to be careful, but I see them on the auctions all the time. They're usually 14, 15 years old, too. So it should be a good one. But anyway, I'm not going to get too much into that. But there was something else I wanted to say. Oh, rabbit hole into the thing. I wanted to know how many duels were done in the state of Kentucky after the law was passed that it was unlawful. Okay. So they have recorded 41 duels in the state of Kentucky after the law was passed that it was illegal. But they said the numbers are skewed because a lot of the people did it privately. So you wouldn't need it.
Should be private.
You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. But in the Americas, in America, several duels, like hundreds of duels. And so I wanted to know how many people actually died in a duel. It didn't give me a number, but it said between 7 and 22%. So if you were to have a duel back in the 1800s or 1700s,
you got a 70% chance of making it out of it.
You had over a 70% chance of surviving that duel. So
he's good to go.
If you were a coward, and I guess that's why you wouldn't duel, is because you were considered a coward, but your odds are good. Your odds are good to survive anyway.
It's not real smart. I mean, just to stand right out there, somebody shoot at you if you think so.
I do hate this camera. I'm blaming this totally on you. I hate this camera angle.
It's got to be my fault.
That's okay. That's what makes it interesting.
Guys, this here, if you ever find dueling grounds, you'll probably see it at an auction. You'll probably, it's going to be in 10 to 15 states here in a few years, I hope. It's not bad, but it's not the greatest thing we've had. The cask strength. Go with the cask strength.
Go with the cask. Now, if they come out with something with a little age on it.
Well, they do have some limited editions with age. But like I said, they've never sourced anything. They were open in 2014, so that's what they're.
That would just make me want to buy.
And they didn't use small barrels.
Yeah.
They used 53-gallon barrels. Yep. So,
I'd like.
All right, we're going to wrap this up. Guys, I don't know how Ryan wraps it up, and he's not here to join us. Yeah, so like, subscribe, tell your friends.
Thanks to everybody that comments.
Thanks for all your comments. We really enjoy that. Tune into our videos, not our lives, but I'm also making some videos out there and our shorts. Our TikTok,
Facebook, Instagram too.
Don't have Facebook or Instagram. Just TikTok. Just TikTok and YouTube. So tune into there. But tell your friends, get us some more stuff, and we'll drink some bourbon with you. But thanks for being here on Friday. Thanks for getting your weekend started right. And with all that being said, why drink alone
when you can drink with us?
Let's see, you guys. Hey, how about a hug? See, now, that's how you do it.